was serving in the palace far from home. Silver cups and royal hearts, yet my heart was never whole. For word came from my brothers like a dagger in my chest. Jerusalem lies broken, her gates burned, her people pressed. I sat down and wept, I fasted through the night. Oh, Yahweh, God of heaven, hear servants cry. We had sinned, we have wandered, but remember what you swore. If we turn our hearts back to you, you will gather us once more. So I rose with trembling courage, a cup in my shaking head. If the King would show me mercy, I would go rebuild our land. Set my hands to the word, Yahweh, strengthen my heart again. Though the nations mock and threaten, I will not bow to them. For the God of heaven fights for us, his promise still endures. So I'll stand upon the wall you gave, and I won't be moved. No, I won't be moved. When I reached the holy city, every stone cried out in pain. But I walked the ruins quietly, let the moonlight speak their names. Then I gathered all my brothers, said the hand of God is here. Let us rise and build together. Let us trade our shame for cheer. But Sanballat laughed with scorn, Tobias sneered at every stone. Yet I answered with conviction, Yahweh's strength is not our own. So we set our shoulders to it, every family, every clan, sword in one hand for the battle and the other for the plan. Set my hands to the word, Yahweh, strengthen my heart again. Though the nations mock and threaten, I will not bow to them. For the God of heaven fights for us, his promise still endures. So I'll stand upon the wall you gave, and I won't be moved. No, I won't be moved. 4 times they tried to call me to the valley of deceit. Come down, Nehemiah, meet us. But I stayed upon my feet, for I knew their hearts were scheming, trying to make my courage fall. So I answered with the fire of the one who called me all. I am doing a great work that cannot come down. Let the enemies whisper, let the liars surround. For Yahweh is my fortress, my shield and reward. I will finish what he started, I will trust in the Lord. I will trust in the Lord. Set your hands to the work, people. Let Yahweh strengthen you. When the world tries hard to shake you, stand firm in what is true. For the God of heaven fights for us, his covenant is sure. So rise up, rebuild the ruins, and don't be moved. No, don't be moved. 52 days of sweat and tears, and the wall stood tall again. Not by might, nor by power, but by Yahweh's guiding hand. So remember Nehemiah's story. When the calling feels too great, Yahweh guards his faithful servants, and he strengthens what they make.